Hi, I'm Christina, and this is a book review of The Burning Girls by C.J. Tudor. So, this is a thriller book with horror elements, and it was published in 2021. This is my second book by this author. I read The Chalk Man by her, and I really enjoyed that one. And I have to say, I enjoyed this one even more. So, that was absolutely wonderful. So, the premise of this one is we have a vicar named Reverend Jack Brooks and daughter Flo, and they're moving to a very small village in Sussex. And the move comes after an incident at Jack's last church in Nottingham. So, this very small village is called Chapel Croft, and it has a very dark history indeed. So 500 years ago, 8 martyrs were burned, including 2 young girls during the reign of Queen Mary I. And then 30 years ago, 2 teenage girls disappeared without a trace, and they're called Mary and Joy. And then most recently, in the past, we have the previous vicar who hanged himself. So this small little town definitely has some dark horrors in its past. And there's also some paranormal aspects to this book too, which I quite liked. We have the Burning Girls. So they were the 2 girls who were burned during Queen Mary I's reign. And it's now a local village tradition to make little effigies of the girls made out of twigs and then burn them on a bonfire. Hence the name of the book. And I liked that aspect of it. I thought it was going to have a much bigger kind of part in the book, but actually the paranormal aspect is quite small, I would say. So if you're going into this book expecting a paranormal thriller or horror, I don't want you to be disappointed, because it is a very, very small part, I would say. It's definitely more on the actual present day events that are occurring. So yes, I just wanted to mention that. So a little bit more on the Burning Girls themselves. The locals believe that if you see an apparition of one of the girls, something bad will befall you. And the daughter Flo sees one in the graveyards within days of arriving. So I did think that was a good aspect of it. I'm not particularly keen on paranormal books, but I liked the amount that it was included in this. I thought it was really well done. So in terms of perspectives, we see from 3 different characters' perspectives in this book. The first perspective is the Reverend Jack, and then we have the daughter Flo, and then the third perspective is an unnamed narrator who we know has killed someone and has been released from prison. So I really like seeing it from a few different perspectives, and I have to say that there's lots of characters introduced in this book, and I think she does that really, really well. All of the characters feel like real people, and we get a lot of backstories, and we spend a lot of time with all of the main characters, and I really like the way she did that. It definitely felt like they were real people, which I appreciated in a thriller that especially can be difficult. So in terms of perspectives, we also have some flashbacks from the girls who disappeared 30 years ago. And that was a nice touch too, because we were going back and forth in time, and I really liked the way that was done. I thought it was very clever, and a lot of the story all tied up in the end, and it's very, very satisfying, I would say, this book. There are so many twists and turns in this. I will say that the ones from the beginning towards the middle I had predicted, and I pretty much knew where we were going, but then from the middle towards the end, so many of those twists absolutely shocked me. They took me completely unaware. I'd kind of been lulled into a false sense of security. I was like, yeah, I see where you're going. I'm pretty sure I know what's happening. I know what twists are happening, and I was proven right a few times, and then all of a sudden, like, something just came out of left field, and I was like, I did not expect that at all. That absolutely shocked me, and I thought that was absolutely excellent. And in terms of pacing, it was a really well-paced thriller, I thought, and then it really kicked itself up a notch towards the end of the book. There was so many twists and turns near the end. They just kept coming one after the other, and I thought that was really, really good. It kept me really engaged throughout, and I just thought it was such a compelling read overall. Just really, really excellent. And I know it's very, very early in the year. I've only read a few thrillers so far in 2022, but already I think this is going to be up there as one of my favourite thrillers of 2022. I can just see it happening. It was really, really well done. So this was a very fast read for me, and that is completely down to the fact I just did not want to put this book down, especially towards the end of the book. I was planning to stop reading and go away and do something else, but I had to just finish the book basically. I had to know what had happened, and there's always something happening from start to finish where you're absolutely engaged in the story and you just have to know what's happened. So within the first few pages of the book, and just within maybe half an hour of our two main characters arriving at their new home, two big things happen. We have a little girl run up their driveway completely covered in blood, and then they find a parcel which has been left by an unknown sender, and when they open it, it's this very ominous looking exorcism kit. So I will not tell you anything else about the plot. I'll just give you that little teaser because I think you should go into this one knowing as little as possible. I think that's about most thrillers. It's so much better to just go in and just be completely shocked and just be along for the ride. I thought it was really, really excellent. And I will definitely be reading more of her books. Like I said, I've read The Chalk Man, and I think she has two other backlist books. She has The Taking of Annie Thorne and she has The Other People. So definitely going to be reading those. And I've already looked online, and she does have a new book coming out, and that is called The Drift. And it's coming out in 2023. So I'm definitely going to be looking out for that one and reading it. So yeah, I would just highly, highly recommend this book. I thought it was absolutely excellent, and I definitely think you should give it a go. If you're into a thriller with horror elements, this is the one you should definitely pick up next. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any thoughts on this book, I would love to know what you thought down in the comments below. And if you've read any of her other books, I'd love to know what you thought of those too. If you've read a few, I'd love to know which one is your favourite. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.